So I posted on TikTok every single day for a year, and this is what happened. Here's exactly how I gained 380,000 followers in under a year, and low-key lost my mind in the process. All right, let me explain. So a little bit over a year ago, my TikTok was a complete graveyard. And if you've made TikToks before, I'm pretty sure you found yourself in this situation. Stuck in what they call 200 view jail. And if I'm being honest, I was lucky if my views or if my videos were getting 300 views. But the thing is, I picked up this journal. It's called the Kaizen challenge. And I committed myself to post every single day for however long it took until I went viral. And as of today, I average 500,000 views per video. So I told myself, screw it. It doesn't matter what I post. I just have to post one time every single day. And the first couple of weeks were pretty painful. TikTok treated me like I owed them money or some shit. But regardless, I stuck to it. And on a very special day where I came home from training, for those of you who don't know, I train Brazilian jiu-jitsu, and I finally got my blue belt after winning a competition. I got my blue belt in the whole belt whipping tradition, or we call it the gauntlet in jiu-jitsu, where you're in a line and you get hit by a bunch of people with belts. After that training, I was so exhausted and had nothing to post. No gym clips, no motorcycle videos, because that was my niche at the beginning. So I literally just said, screw it, let me take this unedited video, I'm too tired to edit anything, and just post it with the sound and go to sleep. And that one video that took me zero effort is the one that blew up. And to be honest, I can't describe the amount of dopamine and excitement I felt of hitting my first viral video. It felt like a drug. Not that I take anything or not that I do anything, but if I imagine it, that's how I would imagine it. Bro, my phone literally looked like it was glitching. Views were going crazy, comments were non-stop, notifications were going crazy, and my Instagram was blowing up. And something interesting, I thought it was gonna be a bunch of jiu-jitsu people commenting on my video. And majority of my fan base, I maybe had 100 followers before the viral video, were men, because I used to post videos about motorcycles and gym, because that's what I'm passionate about. Like 80% of that viral video was all girls. I'm over here posting gym motivation, cool motorcycle videos, and TikTok's like, nah bro, the woman wants you. And look, regardless of me being passionate about motorcycles and gym content, I knew that to make the most out of my TikTok, I have to cater to the female audience. So obviously, me being an intelligent individual, I adapted. So I would literally post the same gym videos that I would usually post, just with a slowed sound and like a funny caption on it. This is an example. And I'm not gonna lie, like, at the beginning, I was cringing out. I was like, bro, there's no way I'm posting this. But to be honest, I think anyone in my position would do the same, because the amount of views that these videos were getting, I simply couldn't stop. And around that same time, I started going live, which people seem to love. And the cool thing about going live is that you can meet up with almost anybody. It doesn't matter how big they are. If you have 1,000 followers, you could go live with someone that has 10 million followers. So after climbing the ranks, I got 100K followers in 6 months. And me being from Switzerland, I went to go back and visit my family for about 3 months. And the thing about TikTok is that you have to post every single day. And in my experience, some people don't tend to believe this, but I believe in posting at the same time every day, posting with the same location, and a video that will cater to your audience. Those are probably the key 3 main factors for success in posting on TikTok. Back to what I was saying. So then the summer hits. At this point, I'm averaging like 300-400K views per video. The most momentum I've had ever. And when I went to Switzerland, it was a dry streak. And look, I love Switzerland, I love my family, but TikTok hated me being there. I posted every single day before I went to sleep, same as I did in America, and I would wake up to maybe 1,000 views if I'm lucky. So it felt like the whole audience I've built up until now, over 100,000 followers, was all for nothing. I was losing followers every single day. And then I tried going live too. I went from like 100 viewers to 20 viewers if I was lucky. It got to a point where I thought I was just shadow banned for being European. So was it the algorithm? Was it the time zone? Was it the Swiss cheese? No idea. All I know is that TikTok had me questioning my entire career. Everything I've done for the past 4 months felt gone. And all I really wanted to do was come back to America, and I knew I was gonna take off. I just had that instinct feeling. And the second I touched back in Miami, boy oh boy. Boom! Viral video after viral video. Yo, my account was more than resurrected. The primary basis of what I would do is I would go on TikTok Studio. If you guys want to take TikTok seriously, I recommend you download TikTok Studio. And there it tells you inspiration videos that you should make based on your own content. And I was taking content from these other people, putting my own twist on it, and it would go way more viral than everybody else's videos, even though they had the original idea. So this allowed me to filter in what worked, which already has the social proof, take that viral content, put my own twist on it, and it would just multiply in how much more viral it would be. Is it copying? Is it cheating? I don't think so, because it's still my work. But if you want to be successful in the thing that Okay, we're back. I got a little bit of a ghetto setup going on. My apologies. So is it cheating? No. Is it copying? Perhaps there we might have an argument. But if something already works, why not do it? Right? So after a whole year of posting, what did I learn? Consistency actually works. It's crazy, I know. I always listen to Aiden Ross and all these people talk about how to grow on social media, and they all say the same thing: be consistent. So if you find a pattern of a bunch of successful people saying the same thing, why would that not be true? And in my experience, the less effort you put into a video, the more well it would do. Now, if you're an editor and you make cinematic photos or cinematic videos, that's different. But you don't need perfect edits, you need moments. Live, real, raw. Pause. And another very important point is adapt. Adapt to your audience. Guys, when I first started TikTok, there were these two people. I don't know if I should say their name. I might pop it up here, I might not. But these guys had way more followers than me and were having so much more success than me. And I was like, how is that even possible? Because in a way, I felt like my content was better. Anyway, I adapted to the trends because trends switch. So I started doing every single trend on TikTok. And what they would do is just post the same video over again with a different caption. I started doing collabs with other influencers. And that just brought me to a whole next level. In the past 60 days, I've gotten over 100 million views and over 200,000 followers in just 2 months. And I don't mean to brag or anything. I'm just telling you these accolades to give me credibility on what I know I'm talking about. And one last piece of advice I could tell you is don't travel to Switzerland if you want TikTok views. One other very important thing to know about TikTok though is that converting fans is extremely difficult. You will not have a loyal fan base if you start on TikTok. Ideally, you start on Twitch or you start on YouTube and you blow up off there. But that's time is gone. So if you don't already have a presence on YouTube or Twitch, you have to start on TikTok because nobody watches long form content anymore, I promise you. And that's why fans are so hard to convert. As of right now, this second, I have 375K on TikTok and 7,000 followers on Instagram. Think about that. But to be fair, I don't post my TikToks on Instagram because I'm scared of Instagram. Those people out there are ruthless. Stay safe, anybody that posts on Instagram. Yeah, so I basically made this YouTube video because TikTok is way too fast. I want to actually talk to people, and if they want to learn, they could take from my advice. Because on TikTok, if you're not interesting in the first 3 seconds, people are gonna swipe. You have to give people a reason to stay. And that's also why I wasn't going viral at all for the first few weeks, because I didn't give anybody anything special. Everybody posts content about motorcycles. Everybody posts content about the gym. If you just do a picture or a video of you posing or showing your abs or like flexing your biceps, right? And don't put any viral music or viral caption on it, it's not gonna grow because everybody else is doing that. So you got 3 seconds to prove you're entertaining and keep the video under 15 seconds. Depends on your content. But look, here on YouTube, I can talk for as much as I want to. I could talk, I could break things down, and talk about the things I actually want to. Because I'm not gonna lie, when I was first posting on TikTok, I thought it was so cringe. I would literally watch my video back and be like, just cringe at myself posting that. But guess what? It did great. And now I literally can't even go outside to school anymore without somebody mentioning my TikTok or asking me for a picture. So yeah, I had 1 year, I had one promise, and I had one journal. Almost 400,000 followers later. And if there's something I want you to take away from this, if you're thinking about starting, just post. Post now. Like, actually take your phone and go to your camera roll and post a video now. Worst case scenario, nobody sees it. If somebody does see it and you might be embarrassed, they'll forget 5 minutes later anyway. It's the same I tell with guys. If you go up to a girl, she's gonna forget 5 minutes later anyway. Does it matter? Not at all. The world will keep spinning. But best case scenario, your life changes. The amount of famous people I've met, decent amount of money I made, and social status is completely worth everything. Guys, if you try and fail, you will literally be in the same position as if you never tried. So why not try and have that chance to change everything? And I'm not even talking about content anymore. This is the same with everything. And to conclude, I want to say one quote that I found from a bald kickboxer, although y'all may not like him, but he said, "You'll never miss a lucky day if you try every day." See you in the next one.